Hello there, this is Darth Ravage 07 coming to you today with another quick review. Yesterday while I'm searching for Kranix, I bumped into accidentally Studio Series A6 movie Astrotrain, and my feelings on it out of the box were, really mixed. Let's take a closer look at this together. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this camera around and take a closer look at the 86 movie Astrotrain. There's Astrotrain in the box. I'm going to take a little quick spin right here because we're going to open this guy up and see how uneasy my feelings get as I continue to move forward. But there's all that stuff there, and the wraparound that looks great, looks better than actual product inside. Make sure to pause and scan right there. If you're looking in store, I just walked in there here on the Sunday morning, and boom, there they were with snarls on the shelf. Let's see if Siege still reigns supreme. Here is Astrotrain in his train mode, and I gotta say guys, opening him out of the box and working through the transformation, there's a lot of neat little tabulicious tricky bits that you gotta do and squeeze in there. I got his weapons on the sides of the train. The smoke plume looks absolutely awesome out of box. There's the thrusters there. You also get a nice little feature here from the movie where Astrotrain transform and take off. Well, there's that whole look there of him all ready to rock and roll before he jettisons some weight on the way back to Cybertron. And the really cool thing about this is they managed to, if you manage when you're transforming this to get everything lined up, there's like tabs all over inside of there, and these have got a tab together, and this has got a tab together. And then you get things down here at the bottom. You do get a nice little locomotion, kind of train motion, which is something that I didn't think that they would ever be able to incorporate into an Astrotrain to recreate that stuff there. Now these wheels will stick out and push against the tabs here on the sides. That's my only gripe about the train mode. I think it looks fantastic, guys. And wow, I can't believe how cool it is. Let's get him on the table with a comparison real quick. With the strongest other Astrotrain I have in my entire collection, the Siege Astrotrain. And this is actually one that I had picked up off of eBay, and my original robot's downstairs in storage, but I had an accident and lost his two primary weapons and had the pegs break off. So I ordered the whole shebang again. I got this for like $100 shipped, and got a full set of weapons for it because I like the weapons for it. Here's how they look at the back there, and Siege did its good job, and it's got its weathering and that kind of thing. And this is a little bit dusty, and the pollen has been horrible here where I'm at here in Western North Carolina this year. You can see stuff just flying around in the air as I do this review. And anyway, this thing rolls really good, and while you can see the wheels move, it doesn't have that locomotion kind of thing going on, which is really, really freaking cool with the new one. Like I said, I think that this was awesome and whatnot, and it still has a special place in my heart and my collection. It'll stay with the Siege stuff, but this is not a bad representation right here of the train mode and stuff. It's only when we get into these other two modes that I'm a little bit questionable, but I want to flip them over, both of these guys over into the shuttle mode next, and leave the hardest one to get through, the robot mode, for last. Stick with me right here, and it'll be just a couple seconds for you. Here is Astrotrain trying to get that best, box art, imitating life, imitating box art. But everything about this shuttle mode as I go around here on the turntable, it feels very chibi, not as awesome as the train mode was. I love the little soft blast effects that they put in with it, and it's different for, the sake of being different and stuff. And as we get into this guy, we're going to look at the bottom of the shuttle first, let you see how all that works out. And stuff just hanging off extra precariously. You do get rolling landing gear. There's more right here built into the wing, and then you get a piece back here, which is very, very nice. And you can land and roll along very nicely and stuff to wheel stop or whatever. And but I mean, it's not very aerodynamic. In this coming up, we thought that all this stuff right here would be fixed and look clean, and the guns store there just makes it look a little bit more cluttered. But daggone, this just is not as clean as I would want it to be for the shuttle. And we'll put it next to the Siege Astrotrain next. And Siege Astrotrain's wingspan looks to be wider than the new one. He looks to be longer. Have he not had the blast effects in? Definitely so. The nose looks more like a nose, and this looks more like a shuttle than this stuff over here. And this is still that open gaping mess, and then we still kind of got a open and gaping mess there. And very unfortunate that it didn't clean up any better at all. The Siege one still works for me pretty damn good here at this point and whatnot. I'll try to do a little, if you're flying alongside of them and whatnot, and the chibi does have its charm, but I mean, we didn't want chibi, we wanted Astrotrain, and I just feel like now in all three modes everything's just smaller than it needs to be, and I just don't understand the decisions that went into this new one. And they could have just improved this and had a home run per se. Anyway, you do get the flaps because of transformation bits and stuff or whatnot, but I think those look so much better, especially when you do eventually get that guy right back over into his robot mode there. He doesn't come with the extra train car like this guy did with the weapon storage, but he does got that more traditional painted purple. It could have just been that gray and it would have been fine, but I think in animation it was purple as well, and you get another little pew pew. I think that's homage to the original figure or whatnot. And I don't like the way that these wings just keep going in as it's sitting there. And maybe I didn't lock something into place totally. Yeah, it's just like a floppy wet mess with the shuttle mode. And I don't like floppy wet messes with my shuttle modes. So the winner here still for me is this Siege Astrotrain. Let's get on back over into robot mode and take a closer look there. And finally, here's Astrotrain in his default Hasbro settings with the wing tips folded down over the wings and stuff all crumpled up there. And I just don't know, man, about the way all that looks there. I just don't really care for it. I like these wing tips to be up. And that alone is a huge improvement in my eyes over that other thing. And I got his wings flared back because you can do that. And I just think that there's just a lot of junk in the trunk or the caboose of the back end here. I don't like the extra long heel spurs and the landing gear out there like that. It just kind of looks really kind of clunky. It doesn't look bad from this angle right here. And you can do stuff like this. Folding up his pubes, you got the front of the train bits there on his boobs, his man boobs, and it's okay, man. It's stuff that you can do, but you can also just flip them back down at will, however you preference want it. But there's just no way to get past the spindly of the arms or the legs, I feel, and doesn't look that bad head on to me. The head is really the prettiest part of this whole deal here, and there's his weapons. This one can hold the new blast effects. This one cannot. You probably use old blast effects on that if you desire. It stands up like a tank pretty good with those extra long heel spurs and that kind of thing. Other than that, I imagine he'd be quite back heavy, and they accounted for all that. But let's go into that articulation real quick before we give any final judgments here. One moment. Okay. In this light, I think he looks really good right here, and that head is really awesome. You can look up just about that far. I imagine that if you do a mod, if you wanted to take the time to do a mod, well, I can't even get that thing to go backwards. I imagine you could shave and trim off the back bits of that and make it look up. I don't know what that notch is there for. Other than that, I just think that flying guys deserve to be able to look up and out. But anyway, you do get all the way up the arm there, around the arm and the shoulder area. You can get all the way out to a full Mr. T there with those little thin physique and everything with the arms and whatnot. You got upper bicep. You got a double there at the elbow, I do believe, due to the transformation. And then you do get what the Siege one didn't get, and you get some wrist swivel, but it's at an awkward freaking angle, and I just don't. This is necessary for the transformation, but he's got a hinge that's really super freaking tight, and it looks kind of dorky in my opinion. But nonetheless, they give him that parts. I really do feel, that this should have been a commander class. You do get some waist swivel there although that is about as far as you're going to go with it. Like I said, the wings will flare back on those hinges. There's a double hinge system going on there, and maybe I don't got something totally transformed right, but like I do like the way that that looks a lot better with those flaps up versus down folded over the wings and stuff. I don't ever care for these little bumps like this, like sticking up on it. Just messes with the aerodynamics. Hinge system for hinges, and I almost bet it's not pinning. It would pop off if I was to mess with it the right way. You do get some flaps that will move up to allow you to kick up this far with this Astrotrain, revealing some hollowness on the insides of the legs. I don't think that's needed for the transformation bits whatsoever. And you can see how the Shuttle does there, and it's just kind of like loosely held together. It doesn't tab in the best, but yeah, all this just kind of is a floppy mess down on the lower leg there. You do get this much in the knees, the ratcheted knee, which is always a thankful kind of thing there. Let's go back over here to this. With this, you can get the full, almost full Mr. T. You got those notches that keep interfering there, but you can get a full van damage if you so desire, as the leg keeps flopping back. And all importantly, you do get some ankle tiltage, so you can bust those A-frame poses. You can put these little skirts up just a touch and bust some really, really cool moves as we go into some comparisons now with this guy. And here he is with Siege Astrotrain. And to me, Siege Astrotrain just still kind of does it for me. He's got more of the thickness that you need in an Astrotrain. Even like if you look at the new one straight on, it looks okay until you get to the side, and then it's got that breakup right there between the gray and the purple, making it look just as thin and skinny as ever. I do love the head sculpt, really good on that guy. I was really hoping that they would improve upon this to make this new guy, but they really didn't do that. We'll just take a quick spin around the back, and I think that this one still cleans up way better than the caboose hanging off the back of the trunk there. And I know that this stuff right here just tends to keep on popping off and coming untabbed, which is unfortunate. These stay tabbed and stuck in, and yeah, it's almost like this figure was made to last a while or something or other. This one kind of just, not that it feels frail in hand, but I'm also very afraid of shearing or messing up one of these crazy tabs. And these little bits right here are really crazy, trying to get it, you know, back. I mean, once you get it in the train mode, it's okay, but getting it out of this configuration and getting it flipped over and twist, you got to hold your mouth just right. Those shifty, tabulicious shifty bits, per se, and Hasbro's application of it. Let's get this Astrotrain into some final thoughts, guys. I about forgot one more thing. You can take and pull up the fin in the middle, and you can create that look there if you so desire. I want to say it's a nod to the original toy where the fin opened up to the chest to give you the chest. But yeah, that's another thing you can do if you so desire and want to do it, guys. Now moving into those final thoughts. Is this guy worth the purchase again? That's solely up to the people. I want to get the whole 86 Studio series and have them together on my shelf, but I still think that this guy could use another redo or whatnot, as this is too gappy with that little toy thing. It's just a nice little additive they added there. I like it looking like this, to be honest, if I can get it to come back down and do this stuff and things. Yeah, I like this look a lot better, and I just kind of wish the gappiness wasn't there. I wish that these little bits on the side would lock in better, and I wish that the shuttle mode didn't look so chibi, but it really does, and it's kind of aggravating, because we all looked, when we got wind of this and we saw 86 movie Studio Series Soundwave, and we saw Megatron and Thundercracker, we were like, oh yeah, this is going to be a knockout of the park, no brainer and stuff. But no bueno, guys. I mean, a lot of us are going to be like, nope, this can stay on the shelves at 60 bucks. And just look how skinny it is in bits and spots and places. It just depends on the angle that you look at it. And I think it's a little bit better in hand, and I actually don't hate it, but I don't, it's just, it's not even so close. it's still yet very far away. Does that make any sense at all? That's my 2 cents and take on it and stuff. I mean, gosh, it's in all honesty, I think it's too small to be. I think he should have been a commander class. I think he should have had the love and the care and the bulkiness that it goes with the commander class. Like Megatron is a leader class. The commander class Optimus is actually a leader class. I don't know. The doing more with less thing is really taking a toll on our figures, and I don't like it. When I do believe that this guy is a great deal better still. 2018 figure, is that right? No, he was 2020 because he came out right there in around the pandemic, right before the pandemic. 2019 figure. So I mean, he still holds up to me today, and those that got the Dramatic Capture series can vouch and validate that that's a good thing. But the wing tips folded up, I think it's more tolerable than with it down, but that chest is still just a horribly ugly mess. The train looks the best of the 3 modes. The shuttle looks too chibi and has too much holiness on the side, just like this guy does in his shuttle mode. I just don't know why the design team decided that this was a better way to go with this. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, guys. All the stuff down below. I'm not going to waste any more of your time with this. I really say it's up to you if you like it and you're curious, pick it up. But other than that, a lot of people's going to pass on it. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have an excellent and safe week out there. Until all are one, guys. Thanks again for watching.